Right, welcome. Apparently, we've got Captain America 4 or Captain America Brave New World plot details. Pretty much a full breakdown of what's going to happen in this movie. And apparently a post-credits scene as well. Apparently it's all leaked. So, yeah, we're just going to run through it and get your thoughts on it, guys. You can let me know what you think down below in the comments, can't you? Look, this movie has had multiple problems, huge reshoots. Allegedly, the budget has ballooned to well over $300 million, which is just staggeringly insane. And when you hear things like that, you look at, now that we've got the plot leak, you look at that and you go, why? Why? How and why did it possibly cost that much money? Because it's quite insane, actually. Like, it's not great. It sounds really lackluster. And you know what's interesting about this is, which we'll get to in a minute with the plot, but reading the plot, you can see why they went back for reshoots or how they would have gone back for reshoots, because it's really thin on the ground for any action sequences. So yeah, I thought we'd just take a look. Hit subscribe if you're new here and you enjoy videos like this, I guess. But it was originally shared on Reddit, which I know people will go, oh, well, it's not true. It was deleted and then it's since been confirmed by other leakers. So it dropped on Reddit and then other notorious leakers with a good track record was like, yeah, that's legit. So, and if you remember as well, so if you think that Reddit is not legitimate, remember Marvel wants to subpoenaed Google or subpoenaed Reddit to give information of leakers on Reddit. So it's legit. Not necessarily this is legit, but Reddit can be really legit. So let's take a look, right? Full spoilers. Okay, so there's the Serpent Society. What's going on with them? So it is said that in Captain America Brave New World, it opens with Sam Wilson and Joaquin Torres on a mission to take down the Serpent Society and retrieve stolen adamantium. Because they're going to do that. They're going to finally address the gigantic celestial that's just, sat outside of, jutting up from planet Earth, basically. So Sidewinder takes hostages and Sam battles a villain with golden fan knives, who sounds a lot like Seth Rollins' Cobra. And the Serpent Society is defeated and Giancarlo Esposito's baddie manages to escape, presumably for like a Disney Plus series he's going to be in or some crap like that. It sounds pretty lame. As an opener, it sounds like a quick action opener for about 5 minutes and then it's done. So it even says that, after this brief opening, that's it for the Serpent Society. They're done. Which is annoying. Like, Marvel have a habit of doing this, introducing things and not really focusing on it. You're introducing too many things here. Too many things. Just focus on one thing. One villain, one focus. You got way too many plot threads, I reckon, anyway. And then basically they go to General Ross, or now President Thaddeus Ross. So President Ross, what's going on with him? And this directly addresses some stuff which we've seen in the trailer. So after a training montage with Sam, Joaquin and Asaya Bradley, the new Captain America takes them to the White House for an event, which sees them rub shoulders with President Thaddeus Ross. We then get the conversation between Sam and Ross about a new team of Avengers, before the presentation about adamantium, which ends with Asaya attempting to assassinate the president. So he's obviously arrested after fleeing, but security footage shows a series of flashing lights on his phone which hypnotize the super soldier. So again, this action sequence we've already seen. He shoots some glass, he jumps out, and then he's apprehended, presumably. That's it. That's a really lackluster action scene. So what's going on? Who hypnotized him? Oh, it's obviously the leader, obviously. So Captain America and the Falcon eventually trace that back to the leader, who this leaker says has a weird molded on brain-shaped rubber cap and slightly green skin. That's what the leader looks like. A dumb, brain-shaped rubber cap and a little bit of a green hue to his skin. I mean, that's lame. Sorry, it's lame. So the villain reveals that Thaddeus Ross was in fact dying, and he turned to Samuel Stearns for help. It worked, but he will Hulk out if his blood pressure rises, and that's why he's sucking on lollipops, apparently. because that's going to keep his blood pressure under control. Which you'd think you wouldn't be the president if you risk your blood pressure going up. That's dumb. So not much is then said about Ruth or Sabra, though she joins Sam and Joaquin for a brief spell. So they even travel to Stark Industries and meet Amadeus Cho, and unfortunately very little else is revealed about his role. Sure, fine. So World War III, what's going on there? It doesn't really happen. So while this is happening, tensions between America and Japan continue to rise due to a dispute over adamantium, because obviously Serpent Society stealing some adamantium made it look like the US stole their share. Sure, fine. So Captain America and Falcon are dispatched to deal with the situation and seemingly stop war from breaking out. But it's not going to be... It's just going to be a bit of tension, it's not really action. And that is at the remains of the Celestial Tiamat. Unfortunately, Joaquin is injured and taken to hospital, where Bucky stops by for a cameo. He leaves then for a fundraiser, which is in the Thunderbolts trailer. So they're taking place around the same time. And then we've got some information about the Hulk. So Thaddeus Ross reportedly learns of the leader's machinations and that he's attempting to sow discord among world leaders. And at a press conference at the White House, Stearns uses that same mind control technology to expose the president as Red Hulk. Sure, I mean that's a bit dumb, but fine. An earlier exchange reveals that the villain is confident Captain America will die in the battle, but he prevails and eventually stops Ross by stabbing him with one of his wings. Presumably it's now got adamantium in it, I guess. And then that's it for Red Hulk. He's just locked up in the raft. So the president's gone. So it makes a lot of sense why Harrison Ford was happy to take this role, because it's one and done for him. Albeit they probably will bring him back, but that's it, he's done. So that's really lackluster as well. We've seen pretty much the most of Red Hulk now. That's lame. That's lame as hell. And then obviously, Betty Ross comes to meet him. And the movie supposedly ends with Sam and Joaquin reuniting and talking about visiting Wakanda to get new wings. Sure, fine. What's the deal with the post-credit scene? Well, there's a mid-credit scene. The leader's in the raft. And it is strongly hinted that Amadeus Cho has also been given that Hulk serum. He then revealed that something big and bad is coming, though the leaker isn't sure if that refers to incursions or more Hulks. And Marvel probably don't know at this point either. Daniel Richtman has said that the scene is meant to set the stage for World War Hulks. Presumably, the leader has created loads and loads of Hulks, I guess. But he's not around anyway. So the leaker then complains that Asai's story and the mention of New Avengers team has absolutely no payoff, because why would it? Asai's in that action sequence attempting to assassinate Ross, and then he just goes and he's in hospital. I mean, that's just lame. And apparently the review overall is pretty negative, actually. Complains about the brevity of Red Hulk's role. Which, yeah, I mean, lame. I don't know. It's interesting, this article is like, oh, the leak is very vague, surprisingly opinionated, and clearly missing a lot of big plot beats. I doubt it, because this movie just might be a mess, by the way. It just actually might be a mess. Because this has had multiple rounds of reshoots. So there you go. I don't have much else to say, really. It just sounds a bit lame. Doesn't sound great. Red Hulk's barely in it. And they're like teasing him massively. So there you go. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. Leave your thoughts there. Cheers. Take care. Bye-bye now.